10 years ago, my 7th graders and I, as we sat in our classroom and received the news that the Twin Towers had been hit by terrorists, we were all stunned, of course. There was a silence that I'll never forget. And as the days went on after that event, my students and I decided we needed to do something to remember this time, this moment, so that we would never forget. So we brainstormed, and they came up with the idea of a time capsule. So I said, hey, that's a great idea. So we began to work towards that end. I had my students one day just take time to reflect on their feelings after that immediate incident and how they were feeling at this particular time of the writing. So here we are 10 years later. My students are now 22, 23 years old. I've been able to contact a few of them, and they wanted to come over and unearth the time capsule. Right.
It says, Kishana Scott, on the day of 9/11/01, there was a tragedy. There were 3 planes hijacked. 2 of those planes crashed into the Twin Towers in New York. The other crashed straight into the Pentagon.
When this tragedy happened, I was in language arts class. Mrs. Munn was my teacher. Then someone came on the announcements and called to home base. The teachers told us what happened. We rushed and got our stuff and went home.
The Twin Towers will never be seen again. I was at school when this happened. I didn't know when I was going to get home, but I hoped it was soon.
We were glad to go home, but we were sad about all the people who got killed. I was hoping that no one in any family was one of them, and our school was one of them. That was scary. When the tragedy happened, I was 12 years old.
I was anxious to get home to my family. I hope for the best in the years to come.
We are being much more careful about what we do, especially with milk, because powder was put in the milk, which caused anthrax. It gives serious diseases, and I hope I hope no one will catch that. This was Marcella's medley in 7th grade.
Wow.